Look what we just got. A quick bonus video to cover some patch notes on Hades. Hades is still in early access and probably will be for the remainder of the year as far as I understand, but we're still getting quite a few patches for it. A lot of balance fixes and tweaks and stuff. So, they are now focusing on a major update for later this year. How much later? Who knows? So I'm just going to do this as brief as I can. Duo and legendary boons should be offered more frequently. Not all of them, but very specific ones, probably. Great. Those were pretty rare. Obviously, spoilers. I'm going to be clicking all the spoiler links. Charon's Gold Rewards now includes Nightmares after a certain point. Nightmares are your Titan's Blood equivalent in Hades 2. Rework Gathering Tool upgrades. Okay, so Gathering Tools, I've got a mixed opinion on these, and I like this change. They now let you find +1 elemental essence for your infusion boons. So it clearly have some opinions maybe floating around. It doesn't have the community icon here. This loudspeaker to reference community feedback, but they are listening to somebody somewhere. So they've given it just a little bit, something a little bit extra. Now gives you elemental essence for your infusion boons. Infusions are super fun, super overpowered in certain circumstances, and I love finding them in a run. If I can find 2, that's great. If I can find the super chaos infusion thing, it's also pretty cool. I've never been able to get an infusion with the chaos elemental essence trait, though. Slightly increased minimum number of boons and similar rewards you'll find past Erebus. So major rewards past Erebus. That's good. I've had a couple friends that have been playing this game, and they have been saying like they're getting all the way to the boss with maybe only an attack boon or a magic boon, and they, so having just a couple more boons in a run doesn't sound like much, but a couple more, actual boons in a run might be enough to make that feeling go away. Small touches. Some changes to nocturnal arms so that a lot of them are just a little bit more obvious. So immune to hit stun effects during riposte. I mean, I'm going to say that these are just really easy, obvious changes, I think. Altar of Ash. This is big. So this is, they've changed a bunch of the cards, the Arcana, and they've moved them around. So this one now requires curses from different Olympians instead of the same one. This now has an awakening requirement. And Omega moves have a chance to deal critical damage if the last one used was different than the one currently being used. So that means you have to rotate through your Omega moves for this one to be useful. Hopefully it gives a higher crit chance, because I think it was only like 6%. And 6% is kind of small. Crossroads Cauldron. This is a bunch of really good changes. These kind of things were in the first game. So the first one is just a boss-specific thing, allows slow effects to work against Kronos. And then activating warding circles now allows you to fully charge your Hex. So these are in the Cauldron, so you have to research these. These cost resources and stuff. Claiming Ash raises your life limit, so they had that in the first game. Psyche raises your magic limit. Kind of similar. Ash and Psyche are kind of a split between darkness from the first game. Bones, kind of like keys or something, give armor. And then Boons of Nectar now give a +1 level for a random boon. So a palm slice equivalent. No rerolls in any of those. There were rerolls in the first game. I think keys gave rerolls when you picked them up. So keepsakes, some of these have been kind of tweaked. Arachne's armor is no longer lost when you switch. That makes perfect sense. Just basic quality of life thing. Selene buffed again. So last time they buffed how many levels you get on the Path of Stars. Now also causes her to be offered soon. And then same thing with other Olympian keepsakes, where the Olympic gods will show up sooner when you're wearing their keepsake. Rough overview of a lot of these. A lot of these have been increased in the palms of power. So you're seeing a lot of Zeus and Hera and Poseidon. I'm seeing Apollo and Demeter and Aphrodite. I mean, this pretty much no longer reduces cast size, significantly increased bonus to upgraded aspects. This one has been cut. Not sure. I think that was the one where you take damage and you gain magic. But maybe not. Increased damage rate of the Scorch Curse overall. So that's just all Scorch damage. Increased Scorch damage on that. Palms of Power. So just a lot of balance changes, really. Increased critical chance, increased damage. Your Omega moves are faster. This is new. Your attack speed, cast, and special are all faster. Also new. So this one was attack only, I believe. And this one was special. So they're switching it up from attack and special to regular attacks and Omega attacks. I like that change. It'll feel cleaner. Also, I use the axe a lot, and I didn't really notice the attack speed changes, even when I was getting something like... I'm serious. Like, I got like a 40% attack speed run, and I didn't really feel it. Like, on the basic attack. I didn't feel it. So, not sure what they're defining as attack speed, but I have a feeling it means the release of the attack, and then the wind down is probably not affected because they previously had that as an aspect on the axe. Heartthrobs no longer detonate on obstacles. New legendary from Aphrodite. Inflicting weak inflicts other random curses. Creating Blast with Hephaestus now creates Heartthrobs. I will have to try that. Some of my favorite builds are Hephaestus and Aphrodite as it is. So I will definitely try to find love handles. Anyway, so a lot of rarity and palms of power, some very specific... A lot of stuff going on there. Gain +1 each elemental essence and an infusion boon for it. So moving down. Some fixes on some axe and the skull for the Daedalus hammer. Hexes of Selene. Just better. Magic spend requirement, ability damage. Yeah. Path of Stars. Passive recharge, new. I like that. That's cool. There's an Arcana for it. Arcana card. But it's nice that you can now do that with at least one of them. Start encounters with your Hex partially charged. Again, like it. And then reduced effectiveness. And then Sublime Quality also raises your Hex recharge cost to compensate for many recharge costs having been reduced. Interesting. Next instance of damage will cause it to heal you instead of damage you. So those are some interesting stuff. Looks like Cerberus is maybe more damaging. Not sure how to read that. Various adjustments. Invisibility during the encounter. Some other stuff. Reduced number of enemies you have to do when you have these two characters show up. Yeah, that was actually... I did notice it especially with Icarus. Let's see here. You now use Change of Fate to alter the reward of Charybdis, but not the actual room. So. Yeah, and then a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. And bug fixes all over. So not a super deep reading here. Just wanted to make it known that it happened and kind of what was in it. All looks really good. I specifically kind of like this gathering tool thing. I'll have to jump into the game and actually see how it feels. So, yeah, there's a lot going on, and maybe pets could do something with this too. I don't know. Maybe that's too much. That's probably too much. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this very brief recap, and have a great day.